All right. So we have been talking for like 6 weeks now. I feel like if people haven't been joining us, they've been under a rock because we kind of been kind of obnoxiously been putting this out there. But just in case, I'm
Just in
Heather,
case.
you're Patricia, and we've been talking about how to take yourself to the next level, how to do what you need to do to reach your goals, whether it's career, whether it's physical, whether it's relationship, or all of the above. We've
Yeah.
spent a lot of weeks talking about a lot of different things, and we want to kind of just wrap it all up and, refresh on it and hit on some points that we really think are important so that hopefully you can take it away and do something really awesome in your life.
Yes.
So we talked a lot about mindset because let's
Yeah.
be real. I said at one point, someone said everything is mindset. And yes, everything is mindset. Like every single moment of your day is mindset driven, whether it's I don't feel like getting out of bed, or I'm going to strangle my kids, or I am never going to get all of this done. All of that is a mindset thing, and we know it. It's kind of becoming more mainstream, but developing a healthy mindset is not as easy as it seems. So we've been talking about that. We've been talking about challenging yourself, coming up with ways to shift your thoughts.
Be deliberate about
Yes.
your thoughts, right? Be
Yes.
deliberate and extending yourself a whole lot of grace
Right.
because, as those, overachieving, like I call us 150 percenters, like we get it. This is not some, oh, you can still keep pushing. No, no, no. We get it that
Right.
sometimes like you're tired and you don't
Yeah.
want to push. And or you're just like we talked a lot about being on the verge or actually in burnout and how to press that reset button to address it. It's not a simple little, oh, do one thing and then you're done. Like you have
Yeah.
to change what you're doing and how you're thinking about what you're doing in
Right.
order to address those situations,
Right.
for
Right.
sure.
Right. Yeah. And it's interesting because I think now, like I said, it's becoming more mainstream. You're hearing people talk about it a little bit more. And I think that's great. I think it's awesome. I just want to make sure that people understand that your brain, your body, you only have one. And it's not this cool new trend. It's not a new fad. It's you only have one. And if you don't take care of them and you're not consciously aware of what's going on, bad things happen.
Yeah.
So you have to take care of yourself. You have to give yourself time to breathe. You have to give yourself actual food, not the kind that comes out of vending machines and windows, drive-through windows, but the actual kind that you grow up. I love to say it runs, flies, swims, or walks, or grew out of the ground, right? It actually came in contact with dirt. That's the kind of food we want to eat, or water, I guess, in the case of a cold.
Oh my God. Y'all,
But
I love it. The
but
conversation we have.
real food, and you've got to move. Sitting like we are right now. I just did a whole blog about it. It is bad, bad, bad.
Yeah. Well, and coming out of this international health crisis that we've just come through, like it literally drove even the most active people into a different thing. And so it's really, resetting that. And one of the things that Heather has been really, really strong about emphasizing, and I believe as well, which is that your greatest asset is your health.
Yes.
You
Yes.
know,
Period. Period.
and because if you're, Heather, I can't remember which episode it was, but Heather made sure to lay down the laws. Like, if you don't take care of you and your body, it doesn't matter about anything else. All these other goals and dreams and stuff don't matter.
No,
And
yeah.
because I thought it was important, I shared some very sensitive health information about my own self and how it affected my ability to engage in what I was doing and have been doing,
Yeah.
right? And I did that because it needed to be said.
Yes.
Like, we need to quit pretending that these issues don't exist and that, 100 percenters, goal oriented, top achieving women don't have, quit acting like we don't have health issues, that we don't have families that are like about to make us like, blow our mind or whatever. Like we have all of these things.
Yes.
Let's be real about it. And let's be very real about how it impacts our daily living and lifestyle.
Yeah. We have to be honest about it. And I think that's hard. I think that's hard for women, especially those who are highly accomplished, admitting that you're struggling, admitting that things aren't perfect. It can feel like showing weakness, and especially I know a lot of women that I work with, I'm friends with, we've battled through some very male dominated fields, through some situations where, you're coming from way behind the starting line and, maybe still not quite even with your colleagues that are, for various reasons. And, so to admit any kind of weakness, you're like, nope, I'm fine.
You
Things are
gotta
fine.
be careful.
I'm good.
I mean, Heather knows. So, I mean, I haven't talked about it a lot on our things, but like, I am a licensed attorney, and I was a registered lobbyist for 30 years. So, yeah, male domination by two times over.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
in Texas. Let's lay that down.
Right.
Yeah. So I get it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And even if you're not in those stereotypical roles, there are a lot of places where, for one reason or another, you aren't taken seriously. And when you do finally get that seat at the table, the last thing you're going to do is show weakness. And unfortunately, then we end up running ourselves into the ground.
Yeah. And these are the conversations why we've been engaging in them, is like, taking care of you is not a sign of weakness. It's actually a great sign of strength.
Yes.
Right? Because it's showing that you know how to step away or to put the effort into finding someone to help you step away, reassess, and rebuild. Because again, if you run yourself into the ground, you can't get any of it done.
Nope. And the other thing that's cool is learning how to leverage your network, which is what you're great at, but building that network of other women who are doing similar, running those parallel paths with you, that you guys can link arms and say, all right, we're going to do this. I'm going to support you. You're going to support me. Like, here's how I busted through my glass ceiling. And then, you pull other women along who are trying to bust through similar ceilings or, are struggling with similar things. And you can say, okay, here's what worked for me. Here, I'm struggling with this too. And then you don't feel like you're on this island, like by yourself. You're the only person that's, treading water against the tide and you're sinking, and, you're not the only one. And so if you can surround yourself with women who are understanding and empathetic of your situation and can say, okay, I made it through that, so you're going to make it through that. Yeah. And I'm right here to cheer you on.
One of the things that, so now Heather's like hit one of my, soapbox moments, and that's about how empowering it is. And I know people are like, oh, that's overused, but it's an accurate word that I'm going to continue to use because it's important, and because we need to continue to learn how to be advocates for ourselves and for others.
Yes.
Especially as women. And whether that's speaking up loudly or just quietly with a nudge and a boost, right? That is very empowering to know that you've got someone in your corner who understands, who's willing to guide or support you. I mean, literally, just a couple of weeks ago, one of my biz buddies here in town, we've both been having rough weeks and all of that. And she's like, hey, I'm coming to pick you up at 9:30 on Friday. We're gonna stop by she owns a bakery, a baking business. So I'm like, we're gonna stop by by the kitchen, check out some things, and then we're gonna take this ride out here to go look at an investment property and find some food along the way. I mean, like, that was the thing. And so of course we're doing it to have a moment to get away. We call it our, part of our CEO days, but we were also still doing business. I mean, we're still talking about business related things, but it was in a much more relaxed environment.
Yeah. Well,
And there's
cool
power in
about
that.
women. I think that's what's so cool about women, and men don't do that the same way. They do, they do it their own way, whether it's, on the golf course or whatever. But I think women really, we have this unique ability to be able to give one another what we need of, okay, you need a break. Let's go have a break, and then let's problem solve while we're doing it,
Yeah.
and brainstorm and come up with, okay, this is the solution to whatever it is. And it's not necessarily a mastermind situation, which those are great too. But I think
Right.
sometimes we need that social
Yes.
aspect of it, the friendship part of it.
We're gonna call it social problem solving.
I
There, we
like
just created a thing.
I
We just
love
created
it.
a thing.
Social problem solving. That's our yes, I love it. I love it.
I love that. But it's true, it's the same reason, like, we always talk about the whole, how solutions to issues come to you while you're on a walk or while you're in the shower and those things. It's the same thing. When you relieve some of the pressure, your brain now is like, woo, I get a break. Now
Yes.
I can work through some of these things that you were stressing over, you know, um, consciously, and your subconscious is like, okay, now let me work through some of this.
Yes.
And you give yourself a break, and you get to do it with someone,
Yeah.
right? Being able to do that, because I will own up to being a classic overthinker. I'm that girl. I am. And helping to share and talk through ideas or concepts or whatever with someone else who gets it.
Yeah.
That's the thing that's
That's the
really
thing.
important. Who gets it is very freeing. It provides a safe space, and helps you to accomplish some of your goals or dreams or whatever faster, quite frankly.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep, for sure. For sure. I love it. I love it. So it's been a really good 6 weeks, but
I
we
can't
only
believe
did
it.
it. We only did it to ramp up to the bigger conversation, right? To the
Yes,
deeper conversation, to
yes.
the social problem solving that we're going to do together at the end of September.
Yes, I'm so excited. I'm super excited about presenting that opportunity for other women to come together. Like we've been saying, step away from the hamster wheel or whatever wheel it is you've been running on,
Mhm.
and to extend yourself the grace to say, I need a break and I'm going to go over here to do it.
Yes.
Really pull yourself away from your current, situation, all of that. Go meet up with some like-minded women and to press that reset, gain some tools that will strengthen you mind, body, and soul so that you can come back swinging,
Yeah.
revived,
Yes.
rejuvenated, not just to make it through the end of this year, but to get you on a good start for the next year as well.
Yeah. Yes. Yep. So it's called the power of the pause, right? Because it is powerful to
It
pause. It
is.
is
It
incredibly
is.
powerful. So we're going to invite you to press pause on your many, many, many obligations, delegate them away, press pause, put on your vacation responder, whatever you need to do, and give yourself just 2.5 days. 2.5 days is all we're inviting
Yep.
you to do. 2.5 days. And come and spend some time with us. Come and meet some of those women who are going to be your champion, lock arms with you, and help you to move forward in a way less stressed out, way less burned out way. So,
Yeah, yeah. There was an affirmation that showed up in, I can't remember whether it was in one of my journal things or online with someone. So I'm sorry if I'm not crediting the right person with it, but it's not mine, right? But
right.
it said, I am worthy of sanctuary space. And I loved that because so often we as women do not acknowledge that for ourselves.
No.
And sanctuary space doesn't have to mean a physical space in your home, even though that's ideal, but
Right.
it's about creating a safe space however you need to, wherever you need to, even if there are opportunities across time. And I want to dare say that we've been planning a sanctuary space event,
Yes, I think so
and
for sure.
and really want to make sure that it's a space that you can come to, engage with nature, get some good feedback, get some good strategies, and but to actually be able to breathe,
Yeah.
to really breathe and do the reflection work that you all know that I'm a huge fan of. But we often don't allow ourselves to do it. This is the
Yeah.
opportunity to do that.
Yeah. So grab your ticket,
Yes.
and get here. Book the time out, block out your calendar because it will be worth it.
Yes,
Promise.
absolutely.
Promise.
DM us if you have any questions. Click
Yeah.
on the link. We're here. Awesome.
Cool.
Thanks, guys.